Right, okay, are we ready to do this? We are. Live on Facebook, live on Insta. Hi, Facebook. Happy Sunday. Hi, Instagram. Happy Sunday. I'm sorry I'm a little late. I'll fill these in a minute. Right, okay, let's see. These are joining. Thank you so much. We have so much to chat about. These are all joining now. Thank you, YouTube. You have turned it up. Right, okay. So I was getting the boys to sleep and I went into the room at 5 to 9. They were still awake and they've been in bed since 10 past 8. But they're sleeping now, so happy days. We were at Auchengarroch Wildlife Centre today. It was amazing, well worth the money if you're thinking of taking the kids anywhere in the Easter holidays. It's just close to Comrie, but you won't be disappointed. Evening. YouTube, remember and like and comment on the video. It's greatly appreciated. We are all good. Hi, Muscle Bra. I'm so sorry for the wait, Adele. I am so sorry for the wait, Trisha. I know yous were, but so I went into the room at 5 to 9. The boys were still awake. I was like, here we go. But they're sleeping now, so happy days. They have been bathed. I made a nice home cooked dinner for me and my friend. She's been helping me all weekend with the boys, and it's been a godsend. If you had booked your money tonight, you'd have got your reading. I think 2 people haven't come back with their questions yet, but I'll come back between tonight and tomorrow to you. But I am up to date. I'm happy about this. If you booked a money and it was meant to be tonight and you've not got it, send me a wee message just to double check. Haha, Christy, you don't look tired. Well, who said that? Because my eyelashes are off just now and I had a bit of a rant on the story this morning. I went and bought some new mascara. Rimmel Wings, I think it is. I like it though. But I need to give my lashes a rest just to the 15th. Not a big rest, just a wee tiny rest, Kit Kat break. Am I the only one that gets that week out the month, or maybe that week and a half where the nails are off, the eyelashes are off? But the good thing is you can get right into your skincare then, so it's fine. I'm so looking forward to a bath after this. Right, we have so much to debunk. Obviously, the lives are now every second Sunday, which I think, to be fair, is good, but we might start doing a wee week live, if especially the P. Diddy case and the Idaho case, because I think we're going to have a lot to debunk with those as well. Hi in Edinburgh, the capital, love it. It is not doing cards tonight. No, sorry, it's not readings. It is our crime night on a Sunday night. Right, let's get started. Do you have your notepads? Do you have your pens? Did you have a good day? How nice was this weather? My boys slept in their own bed last night for 12 hours. So that's why I was later tonight. I'm reenacting that routine. So fingers and toes crossed for me. I love my lashes too. I feel naked without them. My eyes are naked. Come to bed and my eyes all saucy. Right, okay. Right, let's do it. Let's start with, now I can't say her, is it Virginia Jeffrey or Jeffrey? But we're going to call her Virginia Roberts because let's face it, that's what she's been known as. She came out, obviously, I think it was a week ago today, said she had renal failure and that she had 4 days to live. So obviously medical experts jumped on that straight away, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, to say that's just too specific. There is 2 types of kidney failure. You can go and have a little look yourself to see how quickly there's holes in that story. But again, hi Kat, again, discredit for Virginia Roberts, where I'm sure if they thought at the start of the week the Royals are taking her out, they're literally going to wipe her out. Right, okay, I'll read the comments on YouTube in a minute. Now, Virginia posted that she'd 4 days to live. The police in Australia have said they only have a report of a minor crash, 2k worth of damage to the vehicle and no reported injuries or anybody being at a hospital facility. They stated she is not in any Australian hospital, so they've obviously confirmed that. Apparently her dad wrote in the post, hope you get the help that you need. Now that was the first kind of indicator that there could be something wrong here, but I could imagine to anyone that's especially going to end of life care, I'm sure it was be their family that would deal with that, and obviously their next of kin. She'd obviously expressed in the post that she wanted to see her babies for one last time. Now, 2 mums have came forward whose children were on the school bus that was involved in the crash, and they said it was minor. No children were traumatised. In fact, the children didn't really even know that it happened as such. So again, she was debunked. Now, she is actually facing court, and I know this came out today. It came out when I was driving today, and I was like, it's part of the live tonight. She's actually due in court and facing restraining order charges and breaching a family violence restraining order in Ocean Reef near Perth on the 2nd of February 2025. Now, her first court hearing was the 14th of March, but she entered no plea. The case is due back in court on the 9th of April, so that's this week coming. Someone says, are you crying? I've just joined. No, I've just not got my lashes on. Here we go. They're naked, my eyes. Leave them alone. So she's obviously going through a bit of a bitter separation at the moment. I had a look at her Instagram. She hadn't actually posted from July last year until round about the start of March time. But there was a massive gap. I think I actually wrote it down. Let me see. Or maybe I didn't. Right, but here's another part. She was not the driver in the crash. But like, what the hell? The driver in the crash was someone called Cheryl Sasela. Now, she's actually like a farm hand, and Virginia lives on a rural farm in, I think it's 1.3 million property within 4 acres of land. Thanks, Prince Andrew. And I'm sorry. Cheryl was driving. And even Cheryl said, oh, here, wait a minute. I've missed a trick here. I didn't know that had happened. But Cheryl's statement, I don't know if I wrote it down now. Poor Cheryl's 71. Poor woman's just wanting to feed the animals and feed the horses. And Virginia's away Jack and Ori. Cheryl said the collision was a simple misunderstanding and everything has been sorted out. Is it, Cheryl? I'm not covering up for her. Are you not? I'm not covering up for her. I'm not implicating in a cover-up. Virginia will release a statement soon to clear it all up, and that was the 3rd of April, and the statement was released, I think, today. She's now alleging she's a domestic abuse victim. I'm trying to do this the right way because, again, we've got to have respect for the fact that that could be the case, and it's something I want to come on in a minute. But she has came back today. Now, just to put you in the picture, the husband's 49 is facing separate charges. Storage of guns and reckless driving. Guns were February this year, and the driving was September last year, and he lost his licence for 6 months. Oh, there's been a lot going down in that household, that's all I'll say. The Instagram post was July 24, and it wasn't until March 25 she actually put anything up on Instagram. So I think that post has been the last ditch attempt, or you can see some posts leading up to it. So if you want to go into our Instagram, I will spell her name out for you. It is Golf India Uniform Foxtrot Foxtrot Romeo Echo. So it's Virginia Geoffrey, possibly. But if you have a look at her Instagram, you'll be able to see that. Her uncle told Sky News she's battling an ongoing crisis in her life and has a lot going on. Her dad told Sky News that she's very depressed, in really bad shape. It's the divorce and not seeing her kids. And again, I'm sure as all mums, putting the story to aside, the gaslighting to aside, I'm sure we would all fight very hard for our children. And I think that's something we need to be mindful of. But let's take the fact that she's a mum out of it for a second and go back to her Instagram bio. That's worth the read. Pursuit of justice doesn't stop with Epstein. The elites who trafficked me and so many others and are going down the house of cards will begin to fall. So, just an observation. Don't want to annoy anyone. Thank you. Oh, they're saying on YouTube they love my accent tonight. Loving that. Doesn't happen often. I will hold that. Why would you be so bold and brass? I just think if you went through such an ordeal, not just the actual ordeal with Prince Andrew, but the media, like, and I'm sure any content creator, influencer, whatever the job's called these days would agree, if you go through a bad time of trolling, it can really knock you for six, and it makes you change and alter your way of maybe thinking or behaving. You're looking through other people's eyes. Apparently she's just looking through her own eyes, this Virginia. I suppose when you're sitting a 1.3 million property, you could be like, yep, did something right. Apparently, she admitted herself to hospital after the crash. The plot thickens. Right, okay, was that everything on her? Let's see if there's anything else that I missed out. But the police have basically confirmed she's not in a hospital, she's not in a facility that they know of, and that they didn't take her to hospital. I'm Scottish. Glasgow, very broad accent. Sorry. I'm Scottish and can't even tell. You're not real Scottish then. Are you kidding? What do we think? Before we go on to, the next thing we're going on to is, the protest, tariffs, the lot. But I'm going to simplify it for us so we know going forward, because as much as that one sounds boring, one, it's really not, but two, it's going to affect each and every one of us. Right, what are we thinking? So there's somebody in Glasgow who wouldn't have known that I was from Scotland. Where do you think I'm from? I'm curious to know. She's a Fruit Loop. Well, she's claiming domestic abuse, and what I will say is that, so she's saying the injuries, I should have said that, sorry, the injuries in the selfie. Imagine you're dying in your deathbed like that, better update my TikTok, take a selfie, get the band in. That's so bad. But she's blaming, allegedly saying that the hubby caused those injuries to her. Also, she is claiming domestic abuse, 22 years married, where she's saying she's tried to get out it for years. I just think with you having that 1.3 million, you had a lot of opportunity to do it. And I know it's easier said than done, but I suppose we need to be mindful that she could be telling the truth. Joanne Rice in Coatbridge Way, I think. You're right. I come from Coatbridge originally. Don't live there now, though. Kirsty, that's right. Virginia's still being sued by Rena for trafficking her and other girls. Is that true? Thanks, Corey. It's just YouTube. I did, and thank you to all my American subscribers. Actually, I have not been on since, but to all you lovely people that was liking the wildlife page for the haggis. Some of you sent me some hedgehogs. It's easy to get mixed up. Listen, we're not easily, or we're not easily offended in Scotland round the haggis. Just respect it. Oh, hi, Lorna. Lorna's moved from Insta. She wants to see what the comments are about. The numbers are brilliant. Thank you so, so much. Right, okay. Are we ready to go on to the next thing? Cora, we really need help tonight. You've wrote a few comments. I think you're on the wrong page. Like, if you need help, I wouldn't be sitting in a YouTube live. Come on, reality check. Snap out it. Not buttoned up the back, you know. Think I'm doing that Clyde in a banana boat. I'm going to release readings after this as well, face-to-face readings. I'm nosy. How did you guess? Lorna, send my job in. Right, okay. Trump. I was curious to see what Piers Morgan now thinks of Trump. And he's basically said, like, it's either going to be all sugar or all shite. I personally think he needs to go to the memory clinic, and I'm not even joking. So let's start from the beginning with the protests. It's just spammers, yeah. Right, okay. So there was 1,300 protests in America on Saturday. In Washington, D.C., there was over 100k people. Now, it's a global movement. While the economy is crashing, Trump was out golfing, because that's what you would do. Now, bearing in mind, he's really, really peed off his bestie, Elon. Elon's free-falling. Crash, bang. We'll come back to it, though. While the economy's crashing, Trump's away playing golf. JP Morgan has put up 60% recession rates. China has put on 34% tariffs on products coming in from USA. April 10th will start. So obviously we're in a tariff war, and that's what I want to touch on tonight, because we might think, oh God, that's dead political, we don't need to know about that. Yes, you do, for shopping. TikTok, eBay, Amazon, it's going to affect everything. Apple is going to go up by 40%. So Apple products, Apple phones, if you've got contracts and you're going to upgrade, do it as soon as you can, because this is all going to change, and it's going to change for everybody across the board. Now, this is a sad part. There was dignified transfer for 4 soldiers. Instead, Trump was going to do a golf tournament. And those 4 soldiers that died in Lithuania, and it was a military exercise, so he couldn't even go and basically be there for the soldiers to be brought back home. Instead, he went to a golf tournament, and that is people who are serving his country, his soldiers that are serving his country, and he thought a golf tournament was more important. Like, what the hell? That's not even a businessman. That is someone who lacks compassion. Trump is definitely a walking time. I'm not going to say the last bit, but you're right, yeah. Nintendo have delayed the US pre-order for the Nintendo Switch 2 due to the tariff changes. It was meant to be released on April 9th, but now there's no date for it. Apple phones and watches are going up by 43%. So that's why I think it's good for us to speak about it, because this is something that's going to happen. The market, Wall Street market, everything has crashed more than it ever did before COVID. So the scary thing is 500 richest people have lost £5 billion in 2 days. Tesla has halved from the peak in December. So Elon is getting hit really hard. But this is what I was thinking, and I think I've said this before: keep your enemies closer. Now, it strikes me that, just to finish off in this part, more tariffs on the way for pharmaceuticals and computer chips. So the tariff war's not over by any means. He's going to be doing a lot more. So I think with the pharmaceuticals, that is going to be the next thing. But what I find very strange, and I'm sure the American people feel the same, why is Donald Trump in bed with Russia and North Korea? Like what about the history before that? Like, I just don't get it. I do not get it. Yes, I'm Scottish. Right, okay. So I had a wee look to see what's going to be affected by this. Obviously the celebrities, because, well, it's people with big money that's going to lose out the most, as we already know. Right, the only country that's not had tariffs slapped on them is Russia and North Korea. Surprise, surprise. But he slapped a tariff in an island with a whole lot of penguins. The penguins are really worried. They're partnering up right now to decide what their response is. Right, okay. So Piers Morgan has said either Donald Trump's global tariff war is either going to be a spectacular success or a total disaster. I have no clue at this point. So I think even Piers is like, I don't really know what you're doing here, mate, but this is not looking good for anybody. The penguins are raging. I bet they are. Like, they're just minding their own business. Now they need to learn about crypto and all that. And that is another thing I want to come on to. Which UK industry is going to be the most affected? Right, because I thought we need to get back to the UK. We need to find out how it's going to affect us. Our cars are going to go up by 25%. Food and drink, now it's the Scotch whisky industry. Now that market in America is worth 970 million. It's the biggest market for Scotch whisky. Number 3 was chemicals. Couldn't really work out what chemicals would have been, what that would be under. So if you want to pop in the comments, fabulous. Then it's steel and aluminium, which again will be like your houses, your construction, everything like that, and the travel industry. It goes without saying. Hi, Damon. Is that my friend, Damon? Hi. What do we think? You're saying about the penguins? I know. It's such a shame. Not everything's black and white, you know. Straight down the middle. Oh, that's such a dad joke. Hiya, Damon. It is you. I hope you're good. I work for a whisky firm, it's bad for us. And this is why I love doing these lives, because it is good to talk about it. The next thing we're coming on to is the Idaho murder case. You better not touch your haggis. The haggis is protected by the fully the Scottish people. This is scary. I agree with you, and that's why I think it'd be easy to go over these tariffs and just say, well, that doesn't really affect us. This is what I want to touch on, though. The celebrities it's going to affect. Register, put your hand up if you're here. Kylie Jenner, 818. George Clooney, tequila. Jay-Z, Deuce. Now, I don't really know what that drink is. Try to have a look, but it's not that relevant. Kate Hudson, King Street Vodka. Bob Dylan, Heaven Bar Whiskey. And Ryan Reynolds, gin as well. Oh, I would be switching industry, guys. I don't feel good for yous. I feel like crash and a burn, free fall, bang. Whatever happens in America, I've said for word go, it will eventually end up happening here. Someone's asking me about Irene Gunning, and oh god, Irene, you always comment as well. Well, Harry and Meghan divorce. I don't feel so, but I feel we've got bigger problems in the world right now. Did you not mention before about travel and construction? Yes, I did some pretty grim predictions at the start of the year, and like I always say to you guys, like, it's not nice having to give them out, but I've got to give you what I get. And the Idaho case is the prime example of that, because I did that case about a week, 2 weeks after as an alcoholic sprinter as well. Oh, does she? Kylie Jenner. I did that case about a week, 2 weeks after, before Brian Kohlberger was caught, and I do predict that it's someone from the campus, another campus. I'm still telling you right now, I just don't think it's Brian Kohlberger. The only update with that case at the moment is that his parents have barely left the house since the incident. His dad is 69 and was out doing the gardening chores, so there's been photos released this week. The sisters, which I think it is in the video at the time, no, I think it's in our live that we did a few weeks ago possibly, the sisters lost their jobs. Apparently the sisters had suspicions and they basically tried to check the car a month later for evidence, but so did other family members. They didn't find anything. Now, he has a hearing date also on April the 9th. The court's busy. April the 9th for us lot, by the way. He's better take the full day off work, because we've got wee Virginia in the morning talking shite, and then we've got Brian Kohlberger in the afternoon. I wonder what the time zone's like for that. Now, Brian's lawyers are calling new witnesses, which I thought was interesting, but you can see what road they're going down here. I love it. Thank you for all your comments. Remember, liking, comment, subscribing the video. The first new witness is Rachel Lawson. She's a neurologist, expertise in autism. Then it's Eileen Ryan, who is a psychiatrist and psychologist. James E. consults to attorney in civil and death penalty cases. Also Jeffrey D. Lewin, who is in neuroscience, and John F. Edens is psychological and brain sciences, and Julie Brahms, psychologist. I think we know where this is going. He's getting a head check. But I do think they're trying to prove that he does have autism. And obviously I've said it in a live before, like, it makes him exempt from the death penalty, because can we be mindful that Idaho have just changed their #1 death penalty from lethal injection to fire shots basically around the fire. And I think that's strange. But I have done a little digging. There is people who are connected to the university who is also connected to the people involved. If you've seen my video, you'll see that I called out another white Elantra at the time. I stand by that. If you've not seen the video, it is on my playlist, Crime Stories on YouTube. Diddy's getting hit with his Ciroc. That's right, he'll be going as well. That's the last thing he needs with that legal case. We're coming on to him in a minute. But other than that, there is not a big update with Idaho 4 at the moment. I think that case is going to be very interesting. I do feel he's going to get done for it, but I feel in the next few years there's going to be more coming out round about it. I think there's a bit of a cover-up, but I must say, with Donald Trump's tariffs and that, everybody's getting a bit skint, so it's going to be dog eat dog. Hi in Canada. Do you think things with Donald Trump will get better? No, but I see him coming out of power, and I've not said it to you, but it is in the predictions. I see a female taking over. I'm not going to say exactly when. Not yet, anyway. Diddy's court case is in the next month, May. Right, and then we're going on to P. Diddy. But I'll have a wee 5-minute break and check your comments, and remind you we have readings for May. If you want to book a full reading, I'll allow you to record it. It's 30 minutes. You can do a telephone, you can do an online. Online's back and forth in Messenger through text, or you can do a Zoom, which is my wee lovely face. It's great, as long as you know how to work Zoom. What about Keir Starmer? Well, he's standing with the rest of the world at the moment, isn't he? I don't see that happening for long. Unfortunately, I do see the UK siding more with America. Well, why wouldn't you when Russia and North Korea's involved? Like, stop the world. I think we all want to get off. Right, okay. You've just reminded me of something, Fiona Stewart, thank you. Hi, Linda Douglas, I hope you're keeping well. So I have actually been speaking with a family who, sadly, it's a very well-known case from a few years ago. It's a murder case for a female. Now, the killer has been brought to justice, but I have read to the family recently, there was a documentary out about it as well, and we've made the decision that I'm going to do a pre-recorded video on YouTube like the old ones, but the family are going to be very much involved in it. So I'm going to start working on that from the end of next week. I'm hoping that's going to be about just maybe into May, the end of May time. But I think it would be nice to do this case more because in the documentary at the time, the case was very, very raw. And I think it'd be nice to get the family's take on it now and how they feel now and how much more they know about the situation or how they've pieced things together. I think you guys, if you love these Sunday nights, you will really, really love what's coming on that. And as I said, it was just a fluke how it happened. One of the family members was in for a reading, but a very interesting case. We have not done the case before, but we have spoke about it. Sinead. Oh, right, Sinead, wait a wee second. I'm going to try and screenshot that. Sinead, will you send me a message after this? But will you comment in my last post so I can find you just in case? And I'll have a look when I come off, honey. Is it on Facebook? So there is a booking system coming in, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm working on the template tonight, but it's going to make it much easier going forward. It's just a wee bit more dehumanised, which I wasn't keen on, but we have to move with the times. Right, we can on the P Diddy case. Will you be doing the spirit box again? Would you like me to do the spirit box again? I'm never keen in the spirit box, but yous love it. I don't mind doing it if you want to though. Not tonight, but when will we be doing the spirit box again? I love that it's a team effort. Louise, a joint effort. Thank you everyone for joining. Remember and subscribe, follow the usual. I'm looking forward to another. Thank you so much, everybody. You are bloody lovely. I hope you've all had a lovely Sunday as well. Yes, I know it drains you, but I love it. I know you do. We will do it. I promise. Yes, I love it. Only if you want to. Just spooky dolls the same around. What about crypto? So this is what I want to touch on. Actually, thank you, because I went right off course there. So crypto, I feel all this has been brought in because I do feel that possibly Donald Trump, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, is like the terror. That ist. Did you get that there? You got to be careful because then they just appear on. I'm starting to think it's an inside job, guys, and I think the first thing you're going to do is you're going to keep your enemies closer. Social media, you're going to take, and why is he having a go at the media? Because he's got social media behind him. The TikTok thing, he's got the full Americans over a barrel. Because it's been another 75-day extension where America didn't even say goodbye this time. They were like, whatever. Russell Brand too. There's a full case on him, and I predicted that. I really don't like that man. But I do think that Trump has kept Elon and Mark Zuckerberg, like I said, right at the very start, before he was even sworn in, he's keeping his enemies closer. Elon Musk is pretty much going to be penniless, probably in the next few weeks, rather than the next few years, because of the way the market's going. But he's also, Donald Trump's getting a lot of hate, where when rich people get angry, you know, you've seen what they did with that gun and that. It's going to be a matter of time. Crypto and Bitcoin has been taken off PayPal. Really, Louise? Oh, interesting. My friend's just texted me to say she's home, and she's like, that's me home. I'm shattered. I don't know how you do that every day. You knew about Russell Brand ages ago. Yeah, so that's a full case. That's on our playlist as well. He has been charged with rape and sexual assault. Will Harry get deported? I don't think so. No. Right, okay. P Diddy case. He'll be going to trial next month, and the feds have gave him new charges. Now, it's additional charges, but it's with the same victims for sex trafficking and for transportation to engage in prostitution relating to victim 2. The authorities alleged this conduct happened between 2021 and 2024, so this is more recent. And P. Diddy, you're saying this is so historic, and his lawyers have already come back and said it's his exes, they're all psycho. That's a red flag straight away. As soon as you say your ex is psycho, it's a red flag, okay? P. Diddy, you should know that. You're older than wiser. Gino DeCampo, heartbreaking. Not heard anything on that yet, but we'll just wait. I don't know. The way I think is what's going to happen is going to happen. The world's a way to buck. You're right, Sharon. Spot on. Will the blackout happen? I think it's happening. It's more of a free fall. It's not a blackout. It's a blackout if you get no money. That's the reality. I also had a plan for the gas and electricity. I don't know if he's want to get on board with me or not. I don't know about you guys, right, but my bill's sky high. And now I'm looking at it, I'm like, that doesn't make up, that doesn't add up for me. And I seen someone on TikTok talking about it as well, and it was funny. Like, her bill started to rise around at the same time as mine, just the way I was watching the video. I'm like, that's so strange. Psychically, I smell something here. I smell shit. So, everybody check your bills, make sure it is correct just in case it's not. If it's not, raise a complaint. Once you raise a complaint, then take it to Ofcom. The more complaints that go to Ofcom, the more chance there's investigation that it's going to need to be better regulated, especially around pricing. Let's not kid on here. It's like a mortgage just for your gas and electricity now. Obviously the summer months are coming in, it is going to be a wee bit easier, but check your bills for the winter. I psychically get we're getting scammed off the gas and electricity boards. I'm going to sound like an absolute psycho here, but even looking back in one bill, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. So if you think the same, double check it and double check again, but take it all the way for the fact that the more people that go to the regulators, then it is to be investigated. Something else has been investigated by the regulators. I can't remember what it is, but when I heard it, I was like, guys, I said about the Madeleine McCann thing. No, I can't remember what it was. But we need to be sending that. If you sent money to the Madeleine McCann fund when she went missing, not a lot of it went to finding Madeleine, so feel free to be touch with Ofcom just to find out exactly where your money went, and if you felt that you've been missold, listen, I can only advise you, but I would give them a wee chap. The more the merrier, that's what I think. I'm in a 3 apartment, my direct debit electricity is 118 a month, that's not including gas. That's nuts. But yeah, that's my point exactly. Ofcom are corrupt as fuck. Yes, but it's a regulator and there's no alternative, put it that way. Which Jenny's saying, sorry girls, I don't know how to reply to you, need extra eyes at the back. And meter readings as well for evidence, 100%. I'll keep you all right. Listen, we're not getting scammed. You're only watching a psychic and then all getting scammed when I could have told you. And all, like was touched on, the Teslas. Electric cars are up, but Tesla's down. I think these Teslas are going to have a mental health day one day and all just go Kate Bush. I'm not joking. I'm predicting it now. I know you don't want to hear it, but I'm telling you, one day over the summer, they're just going to start taking their self-out drives and we're going to need to avoid them. The sensible people that didn't fall into that trap. I've got a bad thing about electric cars, but I think it's more because I'm quite a car enthusiast. I like cars. So these electric cars, these are just robots. These don't look like normal cars. That's why you don't want smart meters, I know. But again, that's why they were chatting our doors down. This was planned. This was pre-planned off the back of COVID. They lost a lot of money through COVID because they couldn't do their jobs. And I had spoke to a few people that their bills were a bit more cheaper in COVID, or they'd got around it in a way. So I think they're trying to recover their losses. Right. So Diddy's responded basically saying, going back to the gas and electricity, Diddy's responded saying, that's all my exes just kicking off. It was all consensual. A lot of people are saying it wasn't consensual, and you think you'd start changing your story. Seeing all the Americans on TikTok selling or trading in all their Teslas. But this is what you've got to remember. It's all right us sitting in the sidelines, but if that was our country and we were driving about in cars where someone was making our life very hard, you would do the same. And I'm telling you, they're going to have a bad mental health day one day. If I walk past my car park like that, my Tesla looks a bit sad today. Look out for it. If you see a sad Tesla, let me know. I've got a smart meter, I'm screwed, don't worry, so too funny. Thank you everyone for joining. Oh yes, I want to touch on this as well, Trisha, thank you. Off subject, but is anything going to happen with what's going on here with the kids getting followed, photo touch with all the foreigners? Right, okay, so I've seen a lot over the past week, I'm sure you all have in Facebook, but just be extra vigilant in not just Scotland, but England too, but yes, I've seen a lot of it, and I do psychically get, it's, remember, and listen, I know a lot of you don't like the police, don't like the emergency services, or we don't think these services do enough for us, or the government do enough for us, but please know, you've got no idea how much intelligence the police do have in people, but also, like, they could be working alongside something, so they could be more than aware, but just be very vigilant, very vigilant. I did see there was 2 girls in Tesco, and they were walking round, and a woman actually got them at the side and said, I need you to come outside me, they're following you, and the men were waiting for them a little further round. So if you are young, between the age of even 10 right up to 16, 17, I know it sounds really cliche, but don't go out on your own, always have a friend with you, or always have your phone in your hand, be ready to be on FaceTime, or scream. I always say it to my kids, and I do the same, scream and hit them with the first thing you can get a hold of. In worst case scenario, grab their balls and twist. Right, that's us done our that's our done our self-defence. We're sorted, we're going to be fine. Right, okay. What do we think? Do we feel more educated? Did we find out stuff we didn't know, or did we know it all? Right, my predictions are Donald Trump, a lot of scary times ahead, but his lack of compassion and lack of kind of keeping the American history intact, I feel there's going to be a lot of statement. Mid-May, I feel the protest is going to get bigger, but I feel it's more to do with senators and things then. We are going to lose a lot of money through Amazon. I think if you're buying anything from America, China, now you might think, don't even bother with China. China basically gives us just about everything. You're going to notice a massive change. Like I said, especially with the Apple devices, Nintendos, things like that. Be aware that it's things like that are going to make a difference. Girls need to stay together and nights out and won't wander away. Always keep your drink in your hand as well. And even if you think there's something in it, don't drink it. I went to the shop the other day and there was a guy following me. He made it very obvious I'm not a young thing. Ali, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at your last part of the comment, no. Oh, see, I'm too much of a mouthpiece. What is your problem? And also, as well, if you're ages with myself, or you're an adult and you witness something like that, or you see someone looking at children or looking at even young adults that you think they're vulnerable in some way, say something, tell them. You could be saving somebody's life. Because I've seen a lot of it on Facebook, a lot, and let's just be mindful about it. And they're quite bracing by the looks of it, how they're doing it. Please know, right, just to anyone out there, you ever fired a camera in my Wayne's face, you'd be shiting it for a month. I would literally ram it down your throat, and it sounds so bad, but I don't even have another response for it. I credit all the people that actually can just take their phones out and just video them. Nah. I'm going to Orlando in June, hope it's okay. Yes, but I do feel you're going to maybe incur, like the airport charges, something's going to change with that, worth talking about as well, but I see airport charges changing are a bit of an uproar to do with that as well. I refuse to let my daughter take her baby alone to Queen Elizabeth. She's terrified. Carry a can of deep heat in your bag and spray their eyes. I love that idea. That's a good... Listen, this is good. We're talking about this. We are well protected for the week ahead. Empty starts. We're all organised. I bought my son a PC, get rid of all the Apple devices. Can see him out in the dancing. Sharon, with PC like that. Wait, I text my mom back. I'm kidding on. Okay, agree with you on that as well, Jason. It's the videos are evidence to a certain extent, aren't they? But listen, and I'll say it, all right, just because they are from a different country, it doesn't mean there's people in our country that can't do that either. With a Scottish accent, we tam the bam, we jam up the road, so always just be aware. And like someone had said there, it could be easy to start to be, like, come across as being racist, but the videos obviously are. I don't even know where they came from, actually, I'm trying to think. But also, it doesn't mean it's not happening, like, with your Scottish people. Take Apple down, they've had their day. Jade, I'm going to headbutt you, I love Apple. I don't know how to use anything else, don't do that to me. Can we do a 2-minute silence for Trump's grandfather? I no bother, on you go. Start now. Wheesht. You can hold your wheesht for 2 minutes if you want. Some police say that they can take photos and videos outside of anyone, and police say you can take photos or videos, because it's a public place, outside of anyone under the age of 18. Just make a big roaring arse to them so that it's even more embarrassing that everybody's aware. And I'm sure if you're in a position where you're like, that person's following me or they're taking videos, people stop straight away. Yeah, seen someone in the train terrifying girls tonight. He's Scottish. That's my point. And you know what the sad thing is? We moan about social media and about all the drama in social media, or like videos getting put up, but the reality is social media is the evidence holder now. And the best way to deal with somebody is embarrass them and make sure it's out everywhere, because that can, again, take the power out their hands. It's not the first time I've done it, and it'll never be the last time I do it. Because I think sometimes, in like, it's shopkeepers or whoever, if you're working or you're out, you always need to conduct yourself in the right way. Just because before social media, it just shows you how many people were bad behaved before that. Whether now, when you see all these videos, you see a lot of people. There's a man actually in TikTok, and he's got a van, but he has a disabled badge. It's his badge. And he actually does videos to prove the point, because he looks young and he looks fine. And the amount of elderly with disabled badges that go up to him and ask him to move his van, and he'll say, that's, my badge is there. I don't think that's your badge. They're so bloody awful. It's delivery drivers, it's been reported. I've heard this as well. Uber Eats and things, Just Eat, be very careful around that too. And I get that hangry. See if a delivery driver started and me a black came in, fucking frying pan. Steal his tips and fire him at the door. Right, have we enjoyed this tonight? We've done our self-defence. We're in the know, people have to know, so we're all right, we're sorted for the full week. It'll be a citizen's arrest by Wednesday for a whole lot of us. I'm 50, never heard anything like people praying kids when I was young. Sorry, but Scotland's too kind. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for following and joining. Always enjoyable. Yous are lovely. Not been on for a while. Validation for you. A couple of years ago, you predicted a wee boy due in February. My wee boy was due in February, but arrived in January. Some positivity. I love that. Thank you so much, Carly. I hope you're good. Guys, thank you so much. If you would like to book a full reading after this, these are nuts, crazy, just message the page. I will pop availability up throughout the week. I'll be transferring the booking system over the next few days as well, so you'll just see that come into play. I'll put a wee post up for it. I am working tomorrow and Tuesday. The Zen Den's back to normal tomorrow night. Thank you to everyone. Sorry, I've not been live. Thank you to everyone who donated for the Walking for Autism. I hit the top 10 leaderboard. All down to you guys, each and every one of you. All your wee messages, your donations, I swear to God, really helped me. I really struggled some of the days because I'm just trying to, again, deal with the boys, deal with work. And I was stuck at my desk on Monday and Tuesday. I found it quite hard. But we got there. We did it. It kept me active. It kept me fit. And the boys were an absolute nightmare on the very last day. If you've seen my story, they cried and cried and cried. They made an absolute idiot of me when we were out at the park, to the point I had my headphones in, and all the poor people walking for their peaceful walk, they could hear them. I couldn't. Right, guys, thank you so much. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Stay safe, take care. Now, the lives are every second Sunday, but I'm going to try and get live because obviously the boys are sleeping. I will try and get live throughout the week to do actual readings and card readings. So remember, give us a follow, and what we'll do is we'll put a wee competition on with that as well. But if you want to book a reading, just PM the page. Happy Sunday. Right, we're coming off YouTube first tonight. Take care, YouTube. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Get on that train.